What's up, fellas? Good Monday morning to you. Hopefully, everybody's doing well, coming off a good weekend there, whether it's personal, sports. Hope you guys had a good time. What you guys were up to this past weekend? Boy, what a good weekend. MLB playoffs, wild card round went ahead and wrapped up. So now we know what the four divisional games are, or the divisional rounds, and three of those four divisional rounds are against division teams. So that should just add a lot of little intrigue into the next round there of the MLB playoffs. College, NFL Week 6. Did you guys enjoy your college action? Who enjoyed Premier League all weekend long? Woo! Good little Premier League action all weekend long. Arsenal looks for real. That being said, that penalty that gave them the win was soft as shit. But who cares? Even without that penalty, they looked at times like they were the better team than up over Liverpool. So yeah, Arsenal looks like they're going to be real, and maybe they will be able to give City a run for their title run right there. Also, what about NFL Week 5? Boy, we're going to go ahead and talk NFL Week 5 on this show. Another week in the NFL never ceases to amaze us. Love that stuff right there. How about the race there at the Charlotte Roval? Did you guys catch that absolute boring of an absolute snooze fest until NASCAR was saved with 7 laps to go? We caught a caution, and finally we got some damn excitement into that race. That was incredibly boring to go ahead and watch that. We'll, of course, make sure we talk about that. So, again, guys, hope you had a good weekend. Whatever you're up to, I'm sure wherever you live by now, full on feels fall. And there we go. Love to see that right there. All right, let's go. Let's make sure we go ahead and we'll recap last week. And then let's go on into today's bets. Of course, there's not much going on today. There's a couple soccer games going on. And then, of course, there's Monday Night Football between those Raiders and those Chiefs. But before we do any of that, we're going to go ahead and recap. First, we always make sure we're going to go ahead and recap NFL. Only had 4 bets on NFL Week Sunday. We, of course, hit Stephon Diggs over 77.5 yards. Guys, hit that like button. I'm 7-0 in betting Bills games. I'm fully aware that most people probably don't tail 100% of your bets, but you better be tailing me. If I give you guys a bet in a Bills game, that's like slap the entire mortgage on it. 7-0 this season in betting Bills games. This one was extremely sweaty because all the big plays were going to Gabriel Davis, and Stephon Diggs was just kind of catching all the short little intermediate passes until the last drive that he was involved in, because they pulled all the starters there in the fourth quarter as the game got out of hand. But he caught his last pass on his last drive, or about 50 or so yards, and that got him up over 77.5 yards. So love to see that right there. 7-0. That felt really stinking good going 7-0. Love to see that right there. What about the Eagles on the first half -3? Boy, I think everybody that gives out picks, by the time Sunday came around, I think everybody that gives out picks was on the Eagles first half. Well, of course, the Eagles score the most points in the first half, and the Cardinals do score the least amount of points in the first half. So it was a no-brainer bet. Ooh, doesn't mean it wasn't without a sweat. There were the Cardinals right there on the goal line with a chance to punch it in to would have been to tie it, would have been 14-14 at halftime. But the Eagles defense rose up. We've been talking about that Eagles defense, about how good they are. They're certainly one of the top units in all of the NFL. They rose up in a big spot right there, forcing the Cardinals into a field goal and giving us a good cash as they won the first half 14-10. We lost our 3-legged moneyline parlay. I'm just going to go ahead and admit it. I suck at picking winners apparently in the NFL. I don't know when the last time I hit a moneyline parlay in the NFL. It's certainly been a few weeks. We're on probably a 3 or 4 week slide there of trying to win a moneyline parlay. Can't do it. Vikings, they get the win over the Bears, but struggled like hell to beat the Bears. I mean, come on, you got to beat the Bears. Justin Fields entering that game had only attempted 64 passes. I saw that stat on the pregame. It only attempted 64 passes. Hell, Josh Allen attempted 60 passes against the Dolphins. That's how bad Justin Fields and that offense is, and the Vikings just let them hang around. They got the win, but boy, did they let the Browns hang around, or the Bears hang around there. Bucks over the Falcons, got it done. Now the Falcons once again cover the spread, so they remain the only team in the NFL that have covered the spread in all 5 games. They were down 21-0 and was able to come back and cover that spread. So remarkable stuff right there. The one that tripped us up, Jaguars. Jaguars at home couldn't beat the Texans. Come on, Jaguars. You had turned a corner under Doug Peterson. You were looking like you were going to be a different Jaguars, and then you threw up an absolute stinker at home to the Texans. Disappointing stuff right there. And then our teaser there of taking the under on 2 games on teaser lines didn't happen. Absolutely didn't happen. Neither one of them cashed right there. The Bears and the Vikings missed by 1 point, and the Dolphins and the Jets missed by a handful. The Dolphins, really like that bet, obviously because of Teddy Bridgewater. And then we got a little gift because then they went down to a 7th-string quarterback. Well, the defense just got too much time on the field and we're just giving up too many points to the Jets. But again, it didn't matter because Bears Vikings missed by the hook. So 2-2 on NFL Week 7. But god damn, did we have an outstanding week last week, guys? I mean, just a really good week. We went 23-15 and plus 13.04 units. Love to see that right there. Now you're on the date. We got more wins than losses now. We've finally clawed back. Because remember, guys, we started off the MLB season the first month blindly betting every single MLB dog, and we went on a really bad slide there of the dogs just not coming through for us and just racking up losses after losses after losses. It took a while, but we have clawed back. Now we've got more wins and more losses. And on the year, we're damn near knocking the door of winning 100 units so far this season at 94.82 units on the season. On the year, whatever the hell you want to call it. All right, guys, what were some of those good wins for last week? How about Manchester City first half team total over 1.5 goals? Got it to cash midweek against the Champions League. And then also got it to cash this past weekend up against Southampton. I think that's just going to be the bet going forward. The absolute bet going forward. Doesn't matter where they play. They're just coming at you, and they want to score goals, and they want to end the game early so then they can pull Haaland off. They can pull De Bruyne off. Things that they've been doing, right? They pulled Haaland off at halftime midweek against Champions League. They rested Kevin De Bruyne in Champions League. They pulled him off early on Saturday against Southampton. They want to just get the goals and then get their star players off the pitch and get them rested for the next game so they can just keep playing their star players and keep racking up wins. So we'll look to keep playing Man City of the first half of the team total. We also had a nice 3-legged parlay midweek there in Champions League. Juventus, Real Madrid, and Leipzig all came through for us, giving us a good money line parlay. What about AZ? Hat tip there to the professor. Give a little tip of the hat there to the professor. He said, hey, take a team that's at home, that's far better than their opponent. Just take them to win the game, have the most corners, and have that opponent end up with the most cards. How about that? The Europa Conference League, as AZ was able to do that for us and give us a nice winning Thursday afternoon. What about the Reds, Brewers, and Padres? We took the Reds, Brewers, and Padres all to win their series. The last series of the MLB regular season, they all came through for us, and they all three won the first 2 games of that series. So a no-sweat winner right there. Love to see that right there. Add in Nick Pivetta. I wish we would have found this gym earlier. That's now end his season. In 20 of his 22 starts, he allowed over 1.5 walks. We got that at minus 110. What? Somebody's got to get fired. You can't have a hit rate of 20 out of 22 and have a price at minus 110. That's absolutely ridiculous right there. Love to see that right there. What about Thursday Night Football between the Colts and the Broncos? An absolute snooze fest. But how about a nice 3-0 sweep? And that's exactly what we did. First drive was not going to be a score. Got that one to cash. Under 21.5 points in the first half. And 3 consecutive scores. No, that did not happen. Nice little 3-0 sweep there. And a boring game right there. Stephon Diggs, mentioned him when we did the NFL recap again. 7-0 betting Bills game. We're playing the Chiefs this weekend. Can't wait to find another winner for you guys. And Eagles first half, -3. Talked about that. What are some of the notable losses from this past weekend? Or the past week, I should say. Cindric against Briscoe in the NASCAR head-to-head. That was just a good old sports betting loss. But McDowell over Kyle Busch was absolutely sickening. Michael McDowell was winning the entire race. And then I mentioned that late caution with 7 laps to go that finally brought on some excitement. It brought on excitement, but then it gave us a terrible beat there with McDowell because on the restart, he got pushed into the wall, hits the wall, and then a slew of cars pass him, including Kyle Busch. So, there's 120 laps in that race. For 113, Michael McDowell was ahead of Kyle Busch. Sick to go ahead and lose that one right there. Benfica over PSG. We missed the over 2.5 goals. We got both teams to score, but they couldn't quite get up over 2.5. Plenty of chances, just couldn't quite happen. Salzburg Dynamo, both teams to score. Thought we got a 94th minute winner, but then VAR took it away from us. VAR. Seems like more times than not you're on the wrong side of VAR. Every now and then VAR can help you out, but did not help us out on that day. And then what about those Mariners Blue Jays? F3 under 1.5 runs. Mariners put up a 3 spot in the top of the first inning. That's all she wrote on that. Unfortunate stuff because after the 3rd inning, it was 3-0. So just came out. Alex Manoah gave up a little bit of a rough spot there at the top of the first. Went ahead and lost that one, unfortunately. But again, great week, guys. A plus 13.04 units. Guys, get fired up. Get fired up. Double-digit units. Now almost 100 on the year. Hell yeah. Let's look to keep that going. Let's jump in the comments section, see what you guys were up to this weekend, see all the cashes you guys got, and then let's roll on into some bets. That's still alive in the Eliminator. I saw it. So we had people pick the Bills And somebody else was a no-brainer. Bills and the 49ers, I think. So maybe Thad was on the Bills or maybe Thad was on the 49ers. Love to see it, Thad. Coming for my $200. Yeah, Jaguars ruined me there too, Cole. I mean, just one parlay. Didn't like ruin it, but yeah, it wasn't fun right there. What was Tyler up to? Thad, I'm on the Chiefs tonight. I noticed one person hadn't made a pick. It's Tyler. Okay, he's on the Chiefs. All right. He's on the Chiefs. I was wondering who hadn't picked, and I assumed the person that hadn't picked was then going to be on the Chiefs. So, all right, Tyler, good luck, man. Spread's -7. Chiefs are the better team at home. I think you'll be okay. But that being said, I do wish you good luck. Hoping you other forward lose, and I was just riding the sunset tonight. All right. And Brian's still alive. That means he must have picked the Bills. Yes, Brian. There were Bills. Was it Bills and Niners? I think it was Bills and Niners. 2 people had Bills, 2 people had Niners, and now we know Tyler is on the Chiefs tonight. He'll be fine on the Chiefs tonight. All right. He'll be just fine. What are we going to talk about now, fellas? Oh, yeah, let's talk about – I wanted to talk about NFL Week 5. Let's talk about this before we keep going here, fellas. You can't trust the Packers anymore, folks. If you're still trusting the Packers, you got to stop trusting it, right? Struggle against the Patriots with Bailey Zappi coming off the bench cold. Okay, he did good yesterday, but in a game in which he comes off the bench cold, probably didn't get a lot of practice reps. Absolutely pathetic there that the Packers let the New England hang around. Then they lose to the Giants. And you can say the Giants are 4-1. They're a good team. Watch that game in London. They're still not getting good quarterback play out of Daniel Jones. So a little surprising that they're 4-1 given the quarterback play. But they keep winning games. But, yes, lay off the Packers. They're an absolute mess. Bills just trounced the Steelers. We talked about it on Friday. Sean McDermott owns rookie quarterbacks. Easy win right there. Starters getting benched in the fourth quarter. Love to see that right there. Chargers and Browns. Browns just missed a game-winning field goal. Just pushed it wide. Heartbreaking stuff and a nice back-to-forth game. That one was fun to see it pop on red zone. Texans over the Jaguars 13-6. Another divisional game goes under. And a very boring game right there. Vikings and Bears, again, just Justin Fields. It's absolutely terrible. Can't understand how this guy's just so shitty. Patriots, Lions, that was a popular over on the weekend. Lions let the people down. I know a lot of people that were on that over, and justifiably, right? That's all the Lions do. Have been cashing overs all season long. 29-0. Holy cow. What happened there? Saints and Seahawks, they went back and forth in a thrilling game with 71 points. Love to see the Saints come out on top of that. Thought maybe the Seahawks had it there. And then the Seahawks came through. Taysom Hill with 3 touchdowns. Unreal stuff right there. Jets knocking off the Dolphins. Kind of took advantage of Teddy Bridgewater getting knocked out. I would say more of that. I think the Dolphins are still the better team. The defense looks like they just kind of got gassed there towards that end of the game. Got away from them there. Bucs and the Falcons. I mean, Falcons damn near pulled that out. Really questionable roughing the passer penalty there on Tom Brady late. Falcons almost damn pulled that off. Titans over the Commanders. Titans let the Commanders hang around. Commanders damn near came away and stole that, but then Carson Wentz showed up. And Carson Wentz is on the goal line. First of all, the play calling is just absolutely horrendous right there. They're not even running a route to even get guys open. I don't even know what the hell they're doing there. But then Carson Wentz just being Carson Wentz. That is who he is, man. Give you razzle and dazzle, but then just throw up absolute just shitty plays. And that's just a terrible interception right there. 49ers, they beat up on the Panthers. I know a lot of people were on that play. That was a great play by people. Eagles over the Cardinals. Hey, Eagles first half, baby. Love to see that right there. Eagles now 5-0. Obviously the only team in the NFL that is undefeated. They looking damn good. I'm telling you right now, Eagles, Cowboys, Sunday night NFL, that's going to be an absolute game. Both of those defenses look very legit. Both of those defenses look Super Bowl caliber kind of defenses. I look forward to Sunday night football. What about the White Rifle? I don't see him in the comments section, but our guy, I think his name is Good Night or Good Morning or Good Night, or I can't quite remember what the hell his name is, but he's been all on this White Rifle. The White Rifle gets it done again. He's now undefeated. Who's going to play Dak Prescott when Dak Prescott comes back healthy? Are you going to go to Dak, or you got to ride the hot hand there in the White Rifle? I mean, he's not doing anything spectacular, but damn it if they're not winning games with the White Rifle and Cooper Rush. So love to see that right there. Matthew Stafford, just an absolute mess, throwing interceptions yesterday, just a mess. And then Sunday Night Football between the Bengals and Ravens. I know Thad went to bed happy when the Ravens knocked off the Bengals 19-17. So good game right there on Sunday Night Football. What's up? Hey, there, my man from Mexico. Love to see that right there. Stay away from the Packers in any game involving the Jets. I mean, Jets seem to be like a pretty good cover, right? Defense is solid. Not surprising getting Slaw over there from the San Francisco 49ers, but Still with that offense. And maybe Zach Wilson has improved, right? Maybe he has improved more than what we think. Yeah, Rodgers is over. Rodgers is over. You had Mark Andrews on the first TD. Love to see that right there. Love to see that. Oh, Vikings. That's who people had in the eliminator. That's who people had. It was 2 people on the Bills, 2 people on the Vikings. That's actually what it was, and Thad was one of them. Love to see that right there. All right, let's go ahead and jump on into the action, guys. Let's go ahead and just get right to Monday Night Football. I got a couple plays for you guys. I'm doing Raiders Chiefs over 51.5, and then I'm also going Derek Carr to throw an interception. Really went back and looked at the head-to-head, and that's what I like in both of these bets. 2021 and 2020, obviously they played 2 times, so the last 4 head-to-heads, both of these bets have cashed in the last 4 head-to-heads. And what I like about that is those 4 games have all been different. It's not like these bets have cashed when the Chiefs have done good or the Raiders have done good. No, in those 4 head-to-heads, we've gotten both over 51.5 to cash and Derek Carr throw an interception in all 4. 2 of those were a Chiefs blowout. 1 of them was a close Chiefs win, and the other one was a Raiders win. So it doesn't matter how this head-to-head seems to unfold, close, contested, Raiders win, Chiefs win, we're getting over 51.5 points, and we're getting Derek Carr to throw an interception. And Derek Carr's going to be throwing a lot tonight, folks. Who has the number 1 rush defense in the NFL? That's your Kansas City Chiefs. So the game plan here would lend you to believe that they're going to go up against the 27th ranked pass defense in the Kansas City Chiefs, and that means the ball in Derek Carr's hands more times than not. I like to think over the course of the game, he's going to throw an interception. So that's what I'm going to roll with tonight. I feel good that I've got bets that have cashed in multiple scenarios in the last 2 years. So love that right there. So that's how we'll roll right there on a little Monday Night Football between the Raiders and Chiefs. We, of course, got some soccer bets for you guys as well. We don't want to go ahead and wait till tomorrow. We want everybody to get the same good value and everything. So let's go ahead and throw these suckers up. A couple of these I've already tweeted over the course of the weekend. Man City, first half team told you we're going to continue riding that. And don't tell me this game's at Copenhagen and Copenhagen's being better, because that means you have not been watching Man City matches. Manchester City does not give a shit where this game is being played against any opponent. They own possession and they get all the chances. It doesn't, most teams it's like, okay, now this game's in Copenhagen. They'll get more of the ball. They'll get more of the chances. Not with Man City, folks. They don't give a shit where the match is played. They enforce how they want to play the game on the opponent, regardless of the location. So I see no different with how the first leg played, with how the second leg is going to be played. So we'll back Man City to get 2 goals in the first half. We'll do the same thing with Bayern. They're going up against the same team there in Pleasen. It should play out the exact same way. Both of these 2 teams finished the first leg 3-0 at the end of half. Could have been like 5-0 in those respective games. They both blew them out. And then, of course, we'll take Man City and Bayern to both of them to score in both of the halves at plus 130. We're going to leave the room for a second. 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 Sun's busting in on me right here. All right. What we also want to do is we've got another parlay we want to go ahead and cook up here in the Champions. I got a nice little under 4.5. I've seen lots of times, guys, when you get match day 3 and match day 4, because obviously who you play at match day 3 is going to be the same opponent as who you play at match day 4. You just kind of look over the years. It's like the team that won in match day 3 doesn't want to waste the performance and all of a sudden have the reverse outcome happen in match day 4. What I mean by that is you don't want to get 3 points on match day 3 and then just fall on your face on match day 4. So I don't know if Juventus is going to get the win, Real's going to get the win, or Leipzig is going to get the win. Remember, these are the 3 teams that we put in a moneyline parlay to win, and we got to cash. I would assume these 3 teams are going to also go ahead and win, but your objective is, you play each team twice, your objective is to get 4 points, right? 6 is obviously the goal, but you really just want to get 4 points. Get your 3 points at home and at least get your draw on the road. I'm just doing an under 4.5 parlay. I can't see any of these games going over 4.5 because now the 3 best teams are on the road. They will play a little bit more defensive. Juventus will concede a little bit of possession. So will Real and so will Leipzig. They'll just rely on their big, strong defense, play their shape. They're going to, if I had to take a guess, most of these games will finish 1-0, 2-0 at the absolute most, but I bet they finish 1-0, and that's just kind of what you're going to get here. So we'll do an under 4.5 goals parlay there on the Juventus match, Real Madrid match, and Leipzig match. And as you can see over on DraftKings, you can get that at minus 128. So that's all we'll go ahead and roll. I think that's all the bets I've got. Yeah, that's all the bets we've got for today. Let's jump back in this comment section. Yeah, the Lions for the first time this season couldn't cover an over, and they just sucked it up, Dad. They absolutely sucked it. Oh, here he is. Good night, Munchie. I was calling for you earlier. I don't know if you heard me shout you out, but I shouted you out earlier. You are all on this white rifle. Keep riding them, man. Now you get the Eagles on Sunday Night Football. Might as well just keep riding them, man. And you're on a hell of a little thing right there with the white rifle. So love to see that right there. All right, guys, this big week here. We've got Champions League. We're going to, of course, roll out some more bets throughout the course of this week, Tuesday and Thursday in the Champions League. And then, of course, we've got Thursday Night Football to go ahead and profit. So let's go ahead and do it. 2-0 tonight. 2-0. Over 51.5 points tonight. Derek Carr throwing interception. Yes, that's going to happen at minus 102 over at FanDuel. All right, guys, enjoy your Monday. We'll look forward to hanging out with you guys on Tuesday, hopefully after a nice 2-0 sweep. And then we'll roll this right on in the Champions League tomorrow. Have a good one, guys. Thanks for hanging out.